Hi, everybody.
Oh my god.
We're back.
Oh.
Just trying to make sure everything looks good while Detroit AllyCat gets ready.
Oh my god.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Can you please say that again? Hi, everybody. Is anybody on there?
No,
That's good. How does the lighting look?
I'm trying to fix it.
All right,
Oh,
keep
that's
talking though,
better.
because people are going to see it. Tell people that they should leave comments and likes and subscribe.
Detroit AllyCat says leave comments, like, and subscribe.
Oh my god, Sam. Spam. Bam, bam.
Spam. Don't spam, please. That wouldn't be very fun. Okay.
All right, tell them what we're going to talk about.
Today,
Oh my god.
we're talking about the real Annabelle. Yep.
And what do you know so far about the real Annabelle?
The real Annabelle was not the doll in the movie.
Sam?
It was a Raggedy Ann doll. And we have one. That's our special guest tonight.
Show them that.
We also have Raggedy Andy on tonight.
Okay. Gotta give them a little bit more
There's
than what you're giving.
Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. These dolls are older than me. And I don't know where to put them. Let's put them up here. So you can stare
Tell them
at everyone.
the history of those dolls.
I don't know the history of them.
Are they your dolls?
Yeah, they're my dolls. I think they were my grandma's at some point.
Well, at least tell them about that.
I got them when I was a baby. And it says on the foot that it says 80s, so they're from the 80s. So they were my mom's when she was a kid, and now I have them, and they're very creepy, and they've been in a box because I don't like looking at them. I have a box of creepy dolls that I have been given. So, yeah.
Almost done. Bam, bam.
Detroit AllyCat will be here soon. I'm going to figure out where to put
it like
these.
That?
We're gonna make them look like they're staring at everyone.
Oh my god, I can't believe you.
Yes, that's nice. Very nice. Okay. So everyone just look at Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. Make them feel like they're special and that they're special guests. If anyone's on here, feel free to say hi.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you are.
I think you should come on here looking like...
No, I'm not. I'm not done yet.
There's no one, so you're good.
We're almost complete. Yeah, but people will go back on there and watch this.
Yeah, that's right. I always forget about that. If anyone's on here, feel free to say hi. How was your weekend? Do anything fun?
Are you sure you're on Detroit AllyCats?
I am. I switched it. Wouldn't that be funny if I was live on the other one?
Hilarious. Still okay. So tell them about Bob and Lorraine.
Okay, so going into the Annabelle movie, they made The Conjuring. Okay, let me start from the beginning of their lives. So Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren were American paranormal investigators and authors associated with prominent cases of alleged hauntings. Edward was a self-taught and self-professed demonologist, author, and lecturer. Lorraine professed to be clairvoyant and a light trance medium who worked closely with her husband. So that's a bit of their background. The Warrens founded the New England Society for Psychic Research, the oldest ghost hunting group in New England. They authored many books about the paranormal and about their private investigations into various reports of paranormal activity. Blah, blah, blah. This is all on Wikipedia, so you can also read that. I'm not going to read everything, but they were the first investigators in the Amityville haunting, which I'm sure most of you know about. But anyways, they do a bunch of stuff like that, and then they inspired a bunch of films, including the Amityville horror series and the films in the Conjuring universe. I thought that they made The Conjuring, but it doesn't say that they did.
Did you put a chair?
So, no.
Alright, well, I'm coming over.
So, I guess they inspired The Conjuring. But
scoot over.
Lorraine did make an appearance in the 2013 The Conjuring. She was in that movie for a small part of it. But yeah, that's the background of them. But who? Okay, let's see. What is this? The Conjuring, the real story. I think you know more about this.
No, I have no idea. I don't know a lot about Annabelle, to be honest with you. Oh my god.
Well, the main reason we're doing this is because I forgot I had those dolls. And then I was like, oh my gosh, wasn't the real Annabelle doll a Raggedy Ann doll? That would be a good topic. And now we're here, confused, with one person watching. And it's great. And Detroit AllyCat is still getting ready.
It's not going nowhere.
It's not going well. But
it's going bad.
She's the one who talks. I don't know what I'm doing.
Shut up! I'm coming.
She's coming.
It's not.
Well, while she's doing that, I'm going to figure out what's happening.
What?
So, Lorraine Warren was she was portrayed in The Conjuring. I'm so confused about this. Okay, let's look up Annabelle. Maybe that will help. I know they made 2 of them, right?
No, they made a bunch more. I'm coming,
That's
everyone.
Tyr.
Don't worry. Just go easy on her. Oh my god.
Okay, this is a good one.
Are you serious? What it is, man.
Sorry, this website sucks. Hi, Adair. Welcome back. Detroit AllyCat is coming. I feel like this light is way too bright. It's like making me look like a ghost right now.
Oh my god.
That's better. Okay.
Does this look bad?
No, it looks good. Something weird is going on, though.
See? I told you. This is...
Pull down the front a little bit. That's better. Is Annabelle based? Yes, of course we remember you. You're always on. You're like our #1 fan, and we love you.
Okay, let me just turn on the fan because it's really hot in here.
Is Annabelle based on a true story? It says no, nothing in the Annabelle.
That's a lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yes, it is based on a true story, but obviously they made it into a movie, so it's like exaggerated.
Right, I'm coming.
It's based on the real Annabelle doll, a normal-looking Raggedy Ann doll with no porcelain.
Oh, okay. Here we
There's
go.
things happening.
Here I come. Oh wait, I don't want it that high. I guess it's that high. Can you hear the fan? Is that like really loud?
I have no idea. I've never heard you talk before. You're great. I've talked before. Just yeah. There's the star of the show.
No, it's not the star of the show. I had to put on a new wig, but I don't think I like it.
Do you like
I don't like
Ann
this
and
wig.
Andy? I think it's cute.
No, I just got like this big forehead.
You have a big forehead?
Something like that.
Do you want to see my forehead?
No. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi. 'Tis I, the hot mess of the evening. How was it listening to Bam Bam try to talk? I know that had to have been interesting. Okay, so welcome to the show, which is Brew Podcast. This is where Bam Bam gets to feel comfortable because she feels like she doesn't have to talk anymore. How long did you go without me? Oh my gosh, she went 11 minutes. Oh my,
10 minutes.
That probably was the longest time of her life.
Yes, I look so pale right now.
You look pale all the time.
Not like this, though.
No, you do. Like all the time. Hold on, I don't like this wind on me.
I need to stop making that face. I made the face to the camera.
Okay, so let's talk about Annabelle.
This is Annabelle.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like an expert on this. Like true crime is like more my forte. Whew. And it's really hot in here.
Oh, these are not from the 80s. I lied.
Where are they from?
I don't know. It just says 85th and then 80th.
So
I don't know what that means. I'm going to try to figure it out. While she's talking and making up for whatever catastrophe I caused, I'm going to find out.
What do you mean, catastrophe? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to get the real story just so I can at least have like something to look at. Usually what happens is like I'll look at like these like stories and then I'll suddenly like remember the story. I'm sorry guys, I'm just gonna whoo. Just a quick drink of some Pepsi and here we go. What are you doing?
Looking up Raggedy Ann's skirt.
All right, so the reason that Annabelle is such a big deal is because there was a movie that came out and it was called Annabelle. And it wasn't like the original, like the first movie of the series. It was called the Conjuring series. And basically what the Conjuring was about was Ed and Lorraine Warren, which was like these paranormal investigator couple. They're really cool. I feel like the movies really like helped them look even better because they got two really good actor and actresses to portray them. But Lorraine was a medium and Ed, he just kind of like, I don't think he really had like any paranormal like superpower, I guess you want to say, but he kind of like went with his wife to do these paranormal investigations, and they did like a lot of the big most famous cases. Like they did Amityville Horror, and they did like I think the one in England, I forget what it's called, but there were really big ones. And what was most interesting about Ed and Lorraine is that they worked for the church, the Catholic Church. So if they deemed the case to have like a demon presence or a religious type presence, which I believe that like Ed and Lorraine thought everything had to do with like the devil, the church, the Catholic Church would send them in to investigate, to clear, to do what they had to do to fix the situation. And they did so many investigations that they ended up having like this little, it was like a museum of, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out when these were made. I'm just going to ask my grandma.
So they ended up having a museum, and this museum was like all these artifacts that they believed had ties to supernatural things. And I think it was called the Demonologist Museum. And inside the museum, there was, and it was called Annabelle. And everybody thought, because of the movie, that Annabelle was like a straight up porcelain doll. But Annabelle actually ended up being a Raggedy Ann doll. And there's actually two very famous dolls in the world. One's another one that's like a little boy, and if you don't like,
I watched that movie.
That's creepy.
I hated it so much.
Well, the movie isn't really based on,
it was so creepy,
the real story. The boy is like a sailor boy, and you have to like talk to him and ask his permission or something, and if you don't, you die. And this is another true story, with a movie that's loosely based on the true story. But Annabelle is in a glass enclosure, and she is a Raggedy Ann doll, and she is supposed to have a demon trapped inside of her. And inside this museum that Ed and Lorraine had, they kept Annabelle with like all these different things. Out of all the horror movies that I've seen, like the Conjuring series is seriously one of the best series out there. Have you watched it? You have?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you.
Didn't like it.
What?
I don't like horror movies. They're scary. Especially with dolls.
Oh my god.
You know how I am with dolls.
Okay, this is really funny. So Bam Bam hates dolls.
It's not dolls, it's animatronics.
Okay,
I hate animatronics.
We planned to go to California last year, and I was like super psyched. I was like, we're getting out of Michigan and we're gonna like spend some time away. We're not gonna work. And like, what do you do when you're in California? You go to Disney World, right? And I'm like, let's go on this Disneyland. Sorry. So
some people get weird about that.
Some people do get weird about it, but that's kind of dumb. If you're on here, can you say hi? Because we're convinced that like glitch out or something. So we get to Disneyland, and there's this ride called It's a Small World.
Hold on.
Oh, there's more.
We went on a roller coaster beforehand, and I've never been on a roller coaster, and it was awful, and I hated it and had the worst time ever. And then she was like, oh, well, let's go to It's a Small World. It's a nice calming water thing. And I was like, oh, cool. That sounds fun. Okay, continue.
So we get in this like relaxing ride, right? And we're like, okay, this is going to be so great. And I'm thinking that I'm just going to be able to chill. And we get in this ride. And I know that she's got this weird thing about dolls. She just can't stand dolls.
You knew that?
Yeah, you've talked about it a little bit.
Made me go.
I didn't know what was going to happen on the ride. Like, nobody could have predicted that. I didn't know that. So we get in there, and it's like all these little tiny dolls, like millions of animatronic dolls, like the creepiest dolls you could ever. And they're like singing, and they're dancing, and Bam Bam is in this boat with us, just tripping the F out. Like, her eyes are like this big. Her knuckles are white. She's not talking to anybody. And the ride is just going on and on and on. And she looks like she's going to kill somebody. It was so funny. I think I have video of it. I like video.
And to top it off, I'm afraid of bugs. And at the very end, there's this giant green weird bug. And it was just right next to me.
Horrible. It was horrible. Okay. Oh no, is my wig coming up again?
Yeah.
This wig is weird. That's why you have to only get lace fronts. Is that better? This does not look good.
I want to wear it.
No.
Where'd you get it?
I got it off Amazon.
How much was it?
$15.
Please send me that. I will
Do you
buy
notice
it
that
now.
it's gray? I'm dyeing my hair gray. And so, like, sing the Bam Bam, It's a Small World. That's what they were singing. They were
that
singing.
made it even worse.
Tear, what's wrong? My dog is upset. Oh.
Chelsea.
Okay. Eric! Shit. I dead named him. I gotta go. All right, everyone continue to stare at her. Mommy!
I'll keep talking. I texted
Sing it.
No.
It's a small world after all. Tear is telling you.
So I she's looking at me through the window. Anyway, I texted my grandma to see where these are from because I'm pretty sure they're pretty old. And then she was like, "What are you talking about?" So that made it worse. Because now I'm doubting where I got these from and if they maybe just showed up. I don't know. Which is weird. But we'll find out. I'm sure she'll remember. So, oh god. The laptop fell. That was nice.
Alright,
Everyone saw my crotch. This tear knocked over the laptop.
Everything's fine, guys. Everything is great. Alright.
One moment. We're having technical.
She calls it technical difficulties.
I texted my grandma and asked her about these, and she was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh shit!
I know. That's why I'm
they just appeared in her house one day.
They just appeared in my
closet. So where was I? Okay, so that was the story of Bam Bam and the It's a Small World After All. So let's go back to Annabelle. All right. So I'm looking at what they have written about it, and it appears that the movie actually was correct. So in the movie, it basically is this nurse, and somebody gives the nurse this doll. And this doll basically like tells the nurse by like writing down that it's lonely and it's the trapped soul of a little girl. What? Oh, that's creepy. These aren't brand new.
No. I've had them ever since I can remember.
So her grandmother is telling her that these are brand new, but they're not. And they don't know where they're from. Ah! Okay.
Who are they from? I'm so confused.
So anyway, come on, we gotta finish this podcast, man. People are probably like,
I gotta
these
ask
two.
my dad now. Maybe.
No, are we gonna do it right now? I'm sorry, guys. She's gonna ask her father right now where they're from. All right. So anyway, this doll tells the nurse, like, hey, I'm like the trapped soul of a little girl. Can you keep me around? Because I'm like, I need somebody. But then, like, the doll starts doing really awful things inside the house. I don't know, like scratching up the walls and writing on the walls. And it scares the crap out of the nurse. The nurse contacts Ed and Lorraine, and Ed and Lorraine are like, okay, so this is not a little girl. It's actually an entity, and the entity basically wants to get inside of you and take you over. And so, like, you know, the church approved Ed and Lorraine to come do an investigation, and they found that the doll...
That's Andy.
Really? They found that the doll
that's so creepy.
was possessed by a demon. And so they went and they took the doll and they put it in the museum. And they locked it up in the museum. And for some reason, they had a tarot card on it which I would not think that somebody who was like working for the church. Is it hot in here?
It is hot in here.
So take off all your clothes. I am getting
hot. My dad said they might be from my other grandma, but I'm not.
The other grandma got these for her. The great mystery is solved.
All he said is I think so. So who knows?
They're possessed by a demon. So anyway, these dolls are locked up in the museum, and they have like, I think it's the death card on it, and yeah, they keep them in there, and they wouldn't let anybody touch them. Also, I'm looking down here at what it says about Ed and Lorraine. They were actual demonologists. So Annabelle had a demon in her, I guess, but I thought it was an entity. Let's see what else they have to say. I mean, that's basically it. Like, that's the deal. Annabelle is an allegedly haunted Raggedy Ann doll housed in the now closed occult museum of the paranormal investigation. You have to at least look up if I'm reading.
Okay, these are from 1999.
These are from 1999.
Not as old as I thought.
Not as old as she thought.
Where they came from, I don't know.
So the house is now closed, and Annabelle was moved there. Supposed haunting. The Annabelle haunting took place in 1970. And like I told you, the character based on the doll is the one of the antagonists that appears in the Conjuring universe. So both of the movies, The Conjuring 1 and Annabelle, and then they have Annabelle like the beginning or something. They're really good, but they're not actually like straight up based on true events. And I believe I died of a heart attack, like, I don't know, somewhere like, when did Ed die? I don't know. He died of a heart attack in the 2000s, and I think Lorraine recently just died. And their house is in Monroe, Connecticut, where the museum is still located, so you can still go there and check it out. Hey, Thicky Nikki, how are you?
Hi.
Long time no see. It says the Texas State University assistant professor of religious studies, Joseph Laycock, says the most skeptics have dismissed the Warrens Museum as full of off-the-shelf Halloween junk, dolls and toys, books you could buy at any bookstore. The Annabelle legend is an interesting case study in the relationship between pop culture and the paranormal folklore, and speculates that demonic doll trope popularized by the films such as Child's Play, Dolly Dearest, and The Conjuring likely emerged from earlier legends surrounding Robert the Doll. Remember I said that there was another famous like doll? It's called Robert the Doll. Are you here with us, or are you like Snapchatting?
No, I'm just looking at this doll.
Robert the Doll is actually, I think, way creepier than Annabelle, because we are feeling good. How are you feeling, Thicky Nikki? Let me go back. Where was I? Robert, come back here, Robert the Doll. Oh, and then the Twilight Zone episode released 5 years prior to the Warren story entitled Living Doll. I personally, why are you staring at all of those dolls?
I can't find these ones anywhere. Is this them? Nope.
Bam Bam's like slightly obsessed with this.
I'm terrified. I can't find them anywhere online. I looked up their little item numbers and everything, and nothing comes up.
She told me that she had these, and she was like, we need to do one on Annabelle. And I was like, okay. Like, this wasn't even my idea.
You should see these one dolls I had. They are fucking terrifying.
So here we are. We're doing Bam Bam's favorite phobia, dolls. But like, actually, Robert the doll is really creepy, and I want to tell you about Robert the doll because that's way scarier. I wish I knew what happened to the Annabelle doll that after Lorraine died, because I don't.
In a museum?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the museum. Let's look it up. What happened to the Warrens Museum? Do, 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 do. Do you like that song, you guys? I am a professional singer as well. Beyonce has been trying to get me to like sing with her, but like I've been just too busy, you know? Okay, look. What has happened to I spelled that wrong. What has happened, oh my god, to the Warrens Occult Museum? I bet you got tore down. To be honest, like the one in the movie was like way cooler looking, and oh, you like that, Thicky Nicky? This is a wig. And the reason I'm wearing this wig is because I am dyeing my real hair gray. And Bam Bam is not too happy about it. She thinks that it's a bad decision. But I'm going to put gray dreads in my hair, which you can no longer say dreads anymore. So I am calling them thunder plates.
I found them.
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Thunder plates.
So apparently they're vintage, but it doesn't say what year.
She's obsessed about finding out where these dolls came from.
Because no one remembers.
Oh, one day they appeared in her crib.
Apparently.
Look, it looks like we're on a boat. Like, so let's see. Why the Occult Museum closed down. Okay, so the Occult Museum is closed. I know it closed because they died, but let's go ahead and like, ooh. So what was I saying before I ADD ran the other way? Yeah, so the inside of their museum, it really is kind of hokey pokey, to be honest with you. It's like, it's got like, I don't know, little like pumpkins and ghosts and like Halloween like decorations, which I mean I'm cool with, but if I was a tourist and I came there to see a demon like museum and I ended up in a dollar store haunted house, I'd be a little upset personally. The doll is not creepy or scary. I really believe that that is subjective. I know a lot of people that are very, very scared of Raggedy Ann dolls for some reason. Now, I'm going to tell you a true story. Do you guys want to hear a true story? Yes. I would say around 2000, I had a friend named Andy. And Andy was like this goth industrial guy, super sweet, totally gay, just like that, like, you know, how you have that gay friend that you always hang out with and it's so much fun. And he liked to dress up like Raggedy Ann for Halloween. And my friend Brandy used to dress up like Raggedy Ann. So there would be Raggedy Ann and Andy, right? And he committed suicide. This is a true story. It's been a while, so no sad stuff. But there was a Raggedy Andy doll that he had, and Brandy ended up taking it, and she said that she would place it like on the mantle in her like house, like above the fireplace, and like the next day it would be moved, like, you know, Elf on the Shelf, but like way scarier. And like it would be moved all over the place. And she said that sometimes she'd be sleeping and she'd wake up and she would see the doll staring at her, like it would be like moved, like wherever she went the doll would be staring at her. I mean, so it is really subjective. I don't think that objects themselves are inherently scary, but like when objects do things, that is what makes it scary. Yeah, so it says the museum is permanently closed. It was located behind the Warrens' former home in Monroe, Connecticut. The Warrens' work inspired the horror films, rada rada rada. The doll's name became a top trending topic online. Rumors swirled that Annabelle had escaped the museum, and the hoax has been debunked. I would be really okay. The Warren son-in-law, Tony Spira, who is now the leader of the New England Society for Psychic Research, they probably made a pretty penny off The Conjuring, to be honest with you, and they wanted to keep that going alive. He posted a YouTube video where he confirmed Annabelle never left her glass enclosure. This is what he said. I'm here to tell you something. I don't know if you want to hear this or not, but Annabelle did not escape. Annabelle's alive. Well, I shouldn't say alive. Annabelle's here in her infamous glory. She never left the museum. Remember, I have high-tech security here. High-tech security here for Annabelle. If she had the museum, I'd have instantly known if something happened or somebody broke in. I have good alarm system here, and the police are good to respond. Can you imagine being like the police in that town and getting a phone call? So Annabelle has escaped. And who's Annabelle, ma'am? Is that your daughter? No, it's my Raggedy Ann doll possessed by a demon. But Annabelle's here. She didn't go anywhere. She didn't take a trip. She didn't fly first class. Ha ha ha. And she didn't go out to visit her boyfriend. I appreciate all the concern. I'd be concerned if Annabelle really did leave because she's nothing to play with. So it sounds like he has Annabelle, and I'm sure he's going to keep her until the end of the Conjuring series and make every last dollar. I'm not trying to say that they're a bad guy or they're trying to rip people off. I just think that there's been probably a whole bunch since the Conjuring series has. I dare. Annabelle wink. Did Annabelle wink at like Bam Bam?
Oh God. If they reopen it,
I think they're cute. I think they're cute. Robert the doll is really creepy. Let me tell you about Robert the doll before we go, because I think he's way creepier than the.
Odie really wants Raggedy Andy. I don't know why.
Odie is my Rottweiler. You guys want to see my Rottie? Oh my God! Annabelle is mad!
Okay, well, let's see Odie. There you go.
Look, you can see him. Hi, Odie.
There's Odie.
Odie. Look, you can just see his little face. Oh, it's so cute. We're like the house of 1,000 puppies over here. Like, seriously. Oh, and he likes to stick his head right up Bam Bam's butt. That's his favorite place, to be honest. Yeah. Do you guys want to see the trick I taught him? Ready? Kiss. Did you see it? Did they?
I think so, yeah.
Did you guys see it? He kisses me. Here, let me show you Robert the doll.
Slobbery.
He is like lovey-dovey. Oh. He loves you. Robert.
He just burps.
Yeah, he burps a lot. Okay, so this is Robert the doll.
Oh my God.
And it's like super creepy. Like, can you see that? I don't know. So, yeah, that's in another glass enclosure. And it's like this little sailor kid. You can't see it very good. But he has like a really creepy story. Oh my gosh, we really got to have a better setup here. So this legendary evil doll. Bye, everybody. Odin's moving the table. This legendary evil doll has been haunting citizens of Key West for over 100 years. His family called, Robert Eugene, as his family called him, was just a young boy in the early 1900s. Odin, stop eating the table. when his family maid gave him a strange straw-filled doll to play with. Gene loved his life-size doll and brought it along everywhere. He named it Robert after himself. It wasn't long, however, before people began noticing signs of Robert the doll's evil and mischievous nature. As Robert has it, the Otis, their servants, would often hear Gene in his bedroom having conversations with himself in two entirely different voices. This sounds like some mental issues. Furthermore, Otis would wake up in the middle of the night to Gene screaming, only to find the frightened boy in bed surrounded by overturned furniture. Gene would blame the Robert the doll for messing up the bedroom, while Robert would glare at Gene at the foot of the bed. This is true. This is like a straight up true story. Soon after, mutilated toys, mysterious happenings would appear in the home. Gene inherited his family's key mansion after his parents passed, at which time Robert the doll returned to his old bedroom, Gene's turret room on the second floor. By then, Gene had been working as an artist, a local folklore. Yeah, that's it. You like that? I was a little dramatic on my part. I lost it. Insists that Gene would spend his days alone in his mansion, painting with his old friend, Robert. Gene eventually married, and many tales of his wife's disdains for Robert arose. Conflicting rumors surfaced, some alleging that Gene's wife died from insanity after locking Robert the doll in the attic, while others report that Gene died with Robert by his side. Today, Gene's residence operates as a bed and breakfast called the Artist House, and the visitors can even stay in the old turret bedroom. Robert the doll now lives at the Martello Museum in Key West, Florida, where some believe his hair color and his soul are both slowly fading. Visitors beware, though, as Robert's current favorite mischievous acts involves casting curses on those who take his photo without asking his permission. Yep, straight up. To this date, the walls near his glass case are covered in numerous letters from previous visitors and naysayers begging for Robert's forgiveness and asking him to remove any hex he casts. So, like, people will go there and take a picture of him, and then, like, all this horrible stuff will start happening to them, and they'll go back and ask for Robert's forgiveness.
Isn't that a thing with Pompeii, if you take a rock?
I have no idea.
Something like that.
Pompeii?
No, I don't know if it's Pompeii.
What is Pompeii? Is that like a dictator?
No, it's that city in
where was it? It's one of those lost cities.
Yeah. Like, there was a thing. I don't know if it was there or somewhere else, but if you took a rock, people, like, would come back and try to bring back the rock because such crappy things would happen to them.
He is very creepy looking, Thicky Nicky, and thank you for saying my Roddy is precious. Okay, guys. So we are done for the day. I appreciate you guys coming back. I know we've been gone for a couple weeks. Things have been pretty crazy here at our residence. We are back for sure now.
Odie saw that.
I know. I just dropped Raggedy Ann and Odie was like, I'm going to eat that. But just be patient with us. I should have some actual live videos coming out this week. Because I want to come back on and it's just time for me to do it. But I've just been like, I don't know, my company, Blue Crow Talent's been taking off and it's just been like a lot, but like this is important to me. So keep watching me. Please subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. After we get out of this video, go back on the video, leave a like, leave a comment, tell us if you like us or not. It really helps. Like, we're not really in it for the money because we're not making any money. We're just kind of
Can I plug myself?
What?
Can I plug myself?
Yeah, she's gonna plug herself. Plug it.
All right, I'm going to start posting videos in hopefully the next 2 weeks or so.
Did you guys hear? Tyr kind of like took her like thunder away.
That's okay.
She's gonna start. So Bam Bam's gonna start posting her own videos, and we're gonna link her YouTube up. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our video. Say bye, Odie. Bye. All right. As always, stay spooky and stay safe. Bye. Bye, Thicky Nicky.